How y'all doing? It's Dong. Dong So Strong Manly Man, and you're listening to Dong's Weekly, our podcast show on YouTube. We had a good week. Real strong, consistent week. We had 4 sixes and 2 sevens, which is I think probably pretty rare. And one of those sevens was a 7.67 by Alice N. Wooderland, and that put her in 8th all time. So that's a great performance by her, supplanting a very popular performer in who she's supplanting. Oh, come on, man. Let's take a look. Hey, Sammy Flood Triple X. Sammy Flood Triple X, blonde, and she is somebody who's regularly atop the top page, and lots of views. So y'all might know her. You know how good she is. So to supplant her, that's something. So congratulations to Alice in Wooderland. And we'll talk a little bit more about her in just a moment. Another 7 this week was by Mary Lou Ann, MarryLouann, who had a 7.35. And a couple other notes on Sweet Double Underscore Sugar and Camila Gomez. So let's get into it right now. Sweet Double Underscore Sugar came in with a 6.32. And I don't really have much to add other than what I already discussed in the review. But I did put her down as being a tease. I think face was a 7.8, body 7.9, solid. But her performance ended up being a 4.1, dragged it down to 6.32. And I had it down as being a tease. And from time to time, when you have somebody like that, you wonder whether or not their performance is an anomaly. And I'm very thankful that about 2 nights later, maybe even 1 night later, I saw her on her page, clicked in, took a look, and it was just more of the same. So if you read that review on Sweet Double Underscore Sugar, please understand that was a very good review. And she is, in fact, a tease. And she's going to have to turn some things around, I think, in order to be successful. She's blonde. Skin, I wrote down as being ever so slightly kissed by the sun. So she's got some work to do. Let's get into Alice in Wooderland. Okay, this feature performer, this top performer. Again, 7.67. 26-year-old, streaky blonde hair, beautiful facial structure, nice blue eyes. And I felt like she was a true, I wrote it down as being runway model type. But I think maybe magazine model type is probably a little bit closer to what she is. Although she is kind of taller and maybe not quite as tall as what you'd see from a typical runway performer, but about that. And but very beautiful. Okay, she came in with her face very, very strong, 8.7. Body was an 8.2. And I showed up in the room 20 minutes in. She already had her panties off. She had plenty of freak and sex appeal. And just, she was just working it, putting in that work. And you show up to that room, you're going to get a quality performance. The only thing that I felt like was not good with her was her connectivity to her audience. And that really brought it down. I mean, her face at 8.7 body, 8.2 performance, 8.1, and connectivity was 5.7. So I felt like, man, she really kind of ignored the performer quite a bit. Now, sometimes if you are aiming for like a voyeuristic look, then you can kind of get away with it. It kind of seeps into your performance a little bit. This wasn't the case with her. She was just very, very focused on getting herself off and just playing with herself and all that. She, I believe, well, nope, I don't have. I'm getting mixed up here with another performer. But she had the Lovin's, she had the Black Vibrator, and she was just getting after it. So a lot of respect for her. Let's move on to the other 7 that we had this week. And Mary Luann, that's Mary, Marry, Louann, 7.35. And she is somebody who kind of dodged and weaved a bad review, unlike anyone that I've come across in quite some time. Because she is, as I wrote in the review, steep in enhanced beauty. She had the fake breasts, I'm pretty sure. Fake lips. You know, she had that perfect fake tan. A lot of makeup on her face. Typically, I don't like to give performers like that high grades. And I really tried to knock her down and challenge her and challenge myself on what I felt like was a quality grade for her. But like I said, she dodged and weaved. And she did seek tips quite a bit, maybe slightly more than I feel comfortable with, but she was very, very generous in showing her body. A lot of up close butthole views. She definitely did a lot of fingering, both holes. She had a long, wide dildo that she really worked over real nice. And, I just thought that she was a very strong performer. And I also, she was Romanian. And she did a good job. She did a good job trying to connect. She did have a 6.7 in connectivity, but she did a good job of trying to work through that. She didn't have an overwhelming accent, but she did a good job trying to connect with her audience despite being Romanian. And I really liked it a lot. I liked her accent. She was a dirty talker, not a moaner, like we've talked about in the past couple of weeks. She preferred that dirty talk, and I felt like that was real sexy. I haven't really gotten that from a quality performer, in quite some time. So I was happy to have experienced that, and I think you'll like seeing her. So check her out. Again, that's MARRY LOUAN 7.35. And last but not least, let's go with Francesca Rossi, who sounds Italian, but is actually an Asian Latina. And she was an interesting review for me today. There's a lot more that I thought about that was in that review. I really liked her hair. She had dark, kind of Asian type hair, but short. And she had that platinum hair dye in there. That was real nice. You know, it's kind of hip. She's still young. It looked good on her. She had a nice body, light brown skin. She had more of that Latina skin than the Asian skin. She was just real good looking. The thing that it was hard for me to get a feel for was She had like mattresses on the floor, but the bedding was real nice. She had some things, some plants in the background, and some soft pop. It was almost like acoustic pop, or instrumental pop. It was slow and kind of romantic, and I haven't really experienced that in quite a while. And I was just trying to get into and see if I could feel the romance in that. She did come off to me kind of like a lesbian, and I'm not sure if I'm reading more into the rainbow colored vibrator than I should, or just some of her mannerisms and her haircut and whatever. But that was an interesting aspect. I did not really affecting her review. Just something interesting I made note of, a mental note of. I think that even though she came in with a 6.22, I really think that she's somebody that you all might want to take a look at. To go over her grades, her face was 7.0, body 7.0, performance 7.2. She kind of hopped and flipped around quite a bit, changed positions very quickly, and at times it's hard to get into the flow of her performance. Connectivity could have been better. Didn't really speak much to her audience. I do acknowledge I heard her speak Spanish one time, and I think that's probably her preferred language, and that might have held her up a little bit. But she was solid. I really liked her. She was a very interesting performer, and I would watch her again. So there you have it. That's the week. Again, we had 4 6s and 2 7s. Alice in Wonderland with a 7.68 puts her in 8th place, ahead of Sammy Flood. And we have a performance Sweet Double _ Sugar, who I dislike very much for being a tease. So that's what we got for this week. I'm Don So Strong, Millie Man. I appreciate y'all checking in with us on this Don's Weekly. Y'all have a good week. Take care, man.